Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live class with me, Faisal Ahmed.
Good evening.
I'm supposed to take the South Asian, Caribbean, African Literature English 1, the course code of which is ENG 1018. So thank you very much for joining the live class with me. Excuse me. So already we have past few weeks. You are the students of masters. Okay, let me resume the lesson. So for the future reference, I am recording the session, right? So how many of you with me? Only 4, I think, from Masters 1 year and 2 years program together doing this course, right? Or only 1 year?
So I'm doing the 1-year course, sir.
1 year Ishraq, Onimesh, you are doing 1 or 2 years Masters program. Mr. Onimesh.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Are you in the 2 years program or 1 year program, Masters program?
Yeah, it's a 1-year program.
Okay, so all of you are in 1 year program, I think, yeah? Only Shakila Ahmed.
Sir, I'm 2 years, sir. Yes, sir.
Shakila Ahmed's involved in 2 years program, and the rest of you
Yes,
are in
sir.
1 year, right? That's fine. So, though actually I couldn't take any live classes due to some technical and other administrative issues in the university. However, I have uploaded lecture materials and other associated things online on e-learning platform, right? And you have already got that, I believe. And some of you, I think, or most of you, I think, point to them and learn something new. So from the title, we have got to know that this is actually literary works by the authors from South Asia and Caribbean and African region, right? So one writer we will get from Africa, specifically from Nigeria, who is Chinua Achebe, right? And the other 3 writers are from India, which broadly here mentioned as South Asia, right? Okay, so already you have got the rationale of the course. I have hovered over the slides, and I think you saw those. So South Asian, Caribbean, and African literature in English is a text-based collection that displays the literary imagination and linguistic resourcefulness of Asian writers as they negotiate their varied cultural identities. Searchable together for the first time are thousands of pages of English language fiction, short fiction, and poems written from the end of the colonial era to the present. I mean, British colonial era. Scholars of literature, anthropology, okay, so scholars of literature, anthropology, linguistics, post-colonial theory and criticism, history, politics, and culture will find the collection rich, in insights into modern experiences and their traditional connections. This literary connection, combined with the tales of survival, exile, resistance, endurance, and immigration to other parts of the Americas or Europe, makes for a body of work that is essential for the study of the Caribbean and the Black diaspora, African diaspora, and also the Indian as well. And indeed central for our understanding of the New World. The New World is comprised with the foreign writers who actually wrote their literary works in English, though their mother tongue is different, and they came from different parts of the world, especially Africa and South Asia, and also Caribbean regions. South Asian literature is the literature that is composed by authors in the Indian subcontinent and its diaspora. South Asian literature has an extensive history with some of the earliest known features of literature. So many modern features of South Asian literature are written in English for a global audience. Many of the ancient texts of South Asia have been lost due to the inability to preserve verbally transmitted literature. South Asia has many significant authors that shaped the post-colonial period and response to the British establishment in South Asia. The modern South Asian literature has a deep focus on independence from Britain, mainly expressed in prose. This literature commonly discusses the partition of India and how different South Asian nations, religions, and cultures interact with each other. Countries to which South Asian literature's writers are linked include India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Nepal. Works from Bhutan, Myanmar, Tibet, and the Maldives are sometimes also added. So Caribbean and African literature in English is a text-based collection that displays the literary imagination and linguistic resourcefulness of Asian writers and will negotiate their varied cultural identities. This literary collection, combined with details of survival, exile, resistance, endurance, and immigration to other parts of the Americas and Europe, makes for a body of work that is essential for the study of the Caribbean and the Black diaspora. Caribbean literature is the literature of the various territories of the Caribbean region. Literature in English from the former British West Indies may be referred to as Anglo-Caribbean or English Caribbean, or in historical context, West Indian literature. Most of these territories have become independent nations since the 1960s, though some retain colonial ties to the United Kingdom. The share adapt from the English language, number of political, cultural, and social ties, which make it useful to consider the literary output in a single category. The more wide-ranging term Caribbean literature generally refers to the literature of all Caribbean territories, regardless of language, whether written in English, Spanish, French, Hindustani, or Dutch, or one of numerous creoles. The literature of Caribbean is exceptional, both in language and subject, through themes of innocence, exile, and return to motherland, resistance and endurance, engagement and alienation, self-determination. Caribbean literature provides a powerful platform for post-colonial studies and Caribbean literature's importance, the context of all literature. So here is a link through which you can also study more about Caribbean literature, and you also find these lecture materials on e-learning platform that I have uploaded. African literature is from Africa, either oral or written in African and Asiatic languages. Examples of pre-colonial African literature can be traced back to at least the 4th century. The best known is the Cabra Negus, or Book of Kings. A common theme during the colonial period is the slave narrative, often written in English or French for Western audiences. Among the first features of African literature to receive significant worldwide critical acclaim was Things Fall Apart, which has been selected as a text for real by Chinua Achebe, published in 1958, around 70 years ago. African literature in the late colonial period increasingly featured themes of liberation and independence from the British colonialism and imperialism. Post-colonial literature has become increasingly diverse, with some writers returning to their native languages. Common themes include the clash between past and present, tradition and modernity, self and community, as well as politics and development. On the whole, female writers today are better represented in African literature than they were prior to independence. The internet has also changed the landscape of African literature, leading to the rise of digital reading and publishing platforms such as Okada Books, as we are also using the digital methods for teaching and learning, right? And we are also meeting through Zoom conference. So here is the portrait of Chinua Achebe, who wrote the novel Things Fall Apart, and he is a Nobel laureate, right? And this is V.S. Naipaul, Indian author, Indian-born Trinidadian author. And this is Anita Desai, whose text is Clear Light of Day. We'll try to grab that as well with other text. And here is the other text that we have selected for this semester for him, the title of which is The Guide by Indian writer R.K. Narayan. Okay, that's all for today. So next class, next week, we will hopefully get to the first text. And already I think you have started that through online uploaded materials, right? So thank you once again. I'd like to finish the class there.
Okay, sir. Sir, one thing, we just
Yes.
received an email from the support that the e-learning portal will be under maintenance from 1st June to 6th of June. So
Yeah.
I believe we have an assignment of yours, which is we need to submit it that on 1st June, sir. Can you just extend or change the date after 6th?
Sure. It's already actually instructed by the authority that from 1st to 6th June, the system will be actually under construction or under development. That's why we can't get access to that, our e-learning platform. That's why all the tasks will be postponed. Okay, so don't worry about that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
We will extend the date as well. Thank you very much. Any more queries?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. I'm gonna stop the recording and also quit the class as well.